Hello all, welcome to AI Educator. In this video, let us learn about list. List is a collection of data. It can store different type of data in a single variable. List can be defined by a square bracket. We can perform different operations on lists like indexing and slicing, append, extend, insert, remove, pop, copy, clear, and delete. Now let us look into them. Indexing and slicing. It will help to access the individual or a group of values in the list. Append. It will add a new value to the list. Extend. It will add a group of values into the list. Next, we have insert. It will add a value to the list at the specified index. Next, remove. It will remove a specified value from the list. Next, we have pop. It will remove the specified value from the list. If we do not specify any value, it will remove the last value. The only difference between remove and pop is that only in pop we can store the removed value into a variable. Next, we have copy. With the help of it, we can create a copy of a list. And last, we have clear and delete. Clear will empty the list and delete will delete the list forever. Now, let us create a list and perform all these operations on the list. First, let me create an empty list. So L is equals to just the square brackets. Okay. And let me print it. Print the L. Okay. So you can see it has created empty list. Okay. Now let us try to create a list with multiple data types. Okay. LST is equals to in a square brackets 1 comma 2.5 comma true, which is boolean, and let us take a string, uh, let's say hello. Okay, first one is an integer, second one is a float, third one is a boolean, and last one is a string. Okay, now let me press print it. Okay, print lst. Let me run this cell. Yeah, and now let us check the type of it. Type of lst, and you can say it is list. Okay, now let us do the indexing and slicing. Okay, every value in the list will have its own index. Okay, first let me create a list, another list. LST is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, here every value will have an index which will start from 0 and will go on. Okay, like the 1 will be having the index of 0, 2 will be having the index of 1, 3 will be having 2. Okay, and so on. And it will also have a negative index starting from -1, where 5 will be having the index of -1, 4 will be having the index of -2, okay, 3 will be having the index of -3, and so on. Now let us try to check it. Okay, in order to do the indexing, all you need to write is lst of a square bracket again, and inside it, if you specify 0, it will access you the first index value. Okay, let me just print it. Okay, it is 1. Okay, if I say here instead of 0, if I give 1, okay, and let me run this cell, it is giving me, sorry, I didn't run this cell above. Okay, let me run this cell first, and let me run this cell again. Okay, now we got the 2. Okay, if I say the index as something called 4, okay, and let me run this, and at the fourth index we have 5. As we have discussed, it will also have the negative index, right? Now let us access the values of negative index with -1 first. Let me run this. It will give me 5. If I just give here -2, it will give me 4. Okay. Now let us try to do the slicing. Doing slicing is very simple. All you need to do is take the list name, again give the square brackets, and here you need to specify one thing. What is your starting index and a colon, and what is your end index? Okay. Here the first value represents the starting index and the last value specify the end index. Okay. And you may ask me here, we don't have an index of 5 because we know it will start from 0. So in the list we have only 5 values. So the last index value will be 4. So why are you taking 5 here? I'm taking here 5 because in the last index value it will skip it and it will take all the values before that. If I give 5, it will take up to the index value 4. Okay. In order to print from the index 2 to index 4, okay, I'm taking it as 5. Okay. Now let me run and show it. Okay. We got 3, 4 and 5. If I just say here 4 instead of 5 and run this cell again, I only get the two values. Okay. So this is how you do the slicing. If you want the more values, just say 1. Okay. And let me run this cell again. Okay. So this is how you do slicing. And there is one more thing. Okay. We can just reverse the entire list. Okay. By writing colon colon -1. Okay. If I run this cell, the entire list got reversed. Okay. So this is what indexing and slicing is. Now let us see the length. Okay. You already know this one. It is just the length. In order to find the length, we can just use len of our LST, which is our list. Okay, and let me run this cell. And it is telling me that it has 5 values in it. And we also have 5 values. Okay. Now let us see the append. Okay. Now let me take another list. Okay. Which is again LST is equals to. This time I'm taking the list values as 1, 3, 4. Okay. Let me run this cell. It's done. Now let's append a value lst dot append, and I'm trying to append 5. Append will add a new value at the end of the list. Let me run this cell and let me print the list. If I print it, you can see the 5 got added at the last. Okay. Now let us see what is extend is. Okay. In order to extend, let us take another list. Let us call it lst2. Okay. And in this, I'm just taking A, comma B and C. Okay. Now let me run this cell. Now let us extend it to our original list LST. In order to do, all you need to write is LST dot extend. Okay. And inside this bracket, just give the list that you want to extend with, which is our LST2. Now let me run this cell. Now let us print the original list. Print LST. Okay. And it added all the three values ABC into our first list. Okay. Now let us try to do the insert. Now let me add the 2 at the index value of 1. Then it will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and ABC. Okay. So in order to do that, all we need to write is list dot insert, and here you need to specify two values. The first one is the index where you want the value to be inserted. So I want to insert 2 in the index of 1. Here the 1 will be having the index of 0, right? After 1, so it means the index of 1, and I want to insert the value 2. Okay. Now let me run this cell. Now let us check whether 2 got inserted or not. So print lst. If I run this cell, you can see the 2 got inserted at the index 1. Okay. Now let us see how to remove a value from the list. lst dot remove, and here specify the value that you want to remove. Let us remove the b. Okay, and let me run this cell and let me print the list and check whether the value got removed or not. So let me run this cell and see the b got removed. Okay, now let us try to check pop. First I'm just telling lst dot pop, okay, and a parenthesis. Now let me run this cell. Okay, and now let me print the lst or the list that we have, and you can see the last value c got removed, and you can also observe here we got c because pop will not just remove it. Okay, we can store this value as we have said earlier. Now let us remove a value from the list with the help of pop, and let us store it into a variable. Let us say x is equals to lst dot pop, and let us remove a specified value. Okay, in order to remove a specified value with the help of pop, you need to specify its index. Okay, so let us try to remove 5, which will have the index of 4. Okay, now let me run this cell. Now let us check what whether it has got stored into x or not. So let me just print the x, print x. Okay, let me run this cell, and we got 5 stored into x. Now let us check with our list whether it is still there in the list or not. So print lst, and it's gone. Okay, now let us see the clear and delete. Okay, first let us see the clear. lst dot clear. This will remove all the values from the list. So let me run this cell and let us see. Let me just print the lst. Let me run this cell, and it is empty. Okay, now let us delete the list. In order to delete, all you can write is del and the list name. Okay, let me run this cell and let us check print lst. If I run this cell, I should get an error that there is no list. Okay, yeah, the name lst is not defined. Okay, now let us see what is a copy, how to do a copy. In copy, we have two things. One is shallow copy and deep copy. What happens in the shallow copy is that when you make a copy and when you change the values in a copied list, it will also reflect in the original one. Whereas in deep copy, if you make a copy of a list and if you do any operations on that list, it will not affect the original one. So let us try to see. Let me create a list A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let me run this cell, and I am saying that B is equals to A. With the help of this, we can make a shallow copy. Let me print the B. Okay. So even B got the values of 1, 2, 3, 4. If I say B dot append of 5, okay, and let me run this cell. Now let us see, let us print the B first. Okay, it got appended. Now let us also print the A, the original list, and even the 5 got added to the original list. This is called shallow copy. Now let us check the deep copy. Let me create another list again. A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me run this cell. Now, in order to make the deep copy, all you need to write is p is equals to a dot copy. With the help of this, we can create a deep copy. Let me run this cell. Now let me print the b and let me run this cell. Yes, b got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let us append 5 to the b. B dot append the value 5. Okay, let me run this cell. Now let us print the B. Okay, 5 got appended into B. Now let us check whether the 5 got appended into A or not. Okay, print A, and it's not. Since we have made a copy of the A with the help of copy method, this will create a deep copy. If you make any changes on the copied list, it will not make any changes in the original one. So this is all the operations and this is all about list. In the next video, let us learn about tuple.